They are the quiet heroes of World War II. Imagine a secret team of codebreakers working in silence while the fate of the world hung in the balance. No flashy uniforms, no frontline battles, just pure brain power. Now picture this. You're a spy trying to uncover secret plans hidden in coded messages. Even if you know the language, deciphering the message is next to impossible. This wasn't your average secret code. It was the Enigma code, and breaking it was considered a nearly impossible task. Fast forward to the present day, and codes like these may sound like relics of the past. But trust me, they're more relevant than you think. They're hiding everywhere, from protecting your online banking details to keeping your chats private. But let's go back to those war days when secrecy was paramount. During World War II, one man stood out. His name was Alan Turing. With a few allies, he tackled the Enigma code, turning the tide of the war and forever changing the way we live, work, and play. At first glance, Turing was an unlikely hero. He was a mathematician, not a soldier. But as they say, every war is about intelligence, not just firepower. It was Turing's sharp mind and determination that made him the perfect man for the job. You see, the Germans were using this machine called the Enigma to send secret messages. Now don't let its seemingly simple appearance fool you. The Enigma machine was a coding marvel. Every day it generated billions of possible combinations, making it virtually unbreakable. For the Allies, this meant that trying to decipher German messages was like finding a needle in a haystack. Except the haystack was constantly moving and rearranging itself, making it practically impossible to pin down. It was in this seemingly hopeless situation that Turing and his team of codebreakers stepped in. They needed a way to read Enigma's coded messages, and fast. The stakes were high and time was running out. Deciphering the Enigma code could give the Allies a crucial edge, helping them predict German moves and thwart attacks before they happen. But how do you crack a code when the odds are stacked against you? What if there was a machine that could think as fast as lightning, testing thousands of possibilities in mere seconds? It sounds like a scene from a futuristic movie, but it's actually the story of how Alan Turing and his team cracked the Enigma code. Imagine a room full of whirring machines, rows upon rows of blinking lights, and the intense focus of men working tirelessly to outsmart the enemy. This was the birthplace of modern computing. It is hard to believe that such a simple-looking device could be the key to ending a war. But during World War II, the Enigma machine was the ultimate challenge. It was a cipher machine that could generate millions of potential code combinations every second, making it almost impossible to crack. Yet Alan Turing, a brilliant mathematician and computer scientist, didn't just accept defeat. He created the Bomba, one of the earliest computers ever built to decode Enigma's ciphers. But it wasn't easy. Each combination took an agonizingly long time to test, and the machines kept breaking down. Yet Turing and his team persevered, driven by the belief that they could outsmart the Germans. After years of hard work, they finally did it. They cracked the Enigma code, opening a new chapter in military history and the dawn of the digital age. Can you imagine the feeling of accomplishment after years of hard work and dedication? That's what Alan Turing and his team experienced when they cracked the Enigma code. But their victory was far from easy. They faced countless obstacles along the way, from technical glitches to the constant pressure of working under a tight deadline. But they never gave up. Instead, they pushed through the challenges, learning from their mistakes and adapting to new information. Their perseverance paid off in a big way. Once they had the ability to decode Enigma messages, the Allies gained a crucial advantage in World War II. They could now anticipate German plans, protect their own communications, and ultimately win the war. The impact of cracking the Enigma code was enormous. It saved countless lives, shortened the war, and paved the way for modern encryption technology. But despite their incredible achievement, Turing and his team remained humble. They knew that their success was the result of hard work, determination, and a shared commitment to doing what was right. In the end, it was their quiet courage and unwavering focus that made them the unsung heroes of World War II. It is hard to believe that something as small as a piece of paper could have such a big impact on the world. But during World War II, Enigma machines were everywhere, from military bases to embassies and even on U-boats at sea. These machines were the backbone of Germany's communications system, allowing them to send secret messages without fear of being intercepted. But they weren't just used by the Germans. Other countries like the British and Americans also use Enigma machines to protect their own communications. That's why cracking the Enigma code was such a big deal. It gave the Allies access to valuable intelligence that would help them win the war. But how exactly did they do it? Well, it all started with a team of mathematicians and codebreakers led by Alan Turing. They worked tirelessly to find weaknesses in the Enigma code and eventually developed a machine called the Bomba to help them test potential solutions. But even with the Bomba's help, it was still a slow and laborious process. Despite the challenges, they didn't give up, and eventually their hard work paid off. They discovered that the Enigma code wasn't as secure as they thought it was, and they were able to develop methods to crack it. From that point on, the Allies had the upper hand in the war. They could now read German communications and plan their moves accordingly. It is hard to overstate the impact that cracking the Enigma code had on the outcome of World War II. It helped the Allies save countless lives, shorten the war, and ultimately win the fight against tyranny. So next time you see a piece of paper, remember that it's not just a simple sheet of writing material. It can also be a powerful tool for good in the fight for freedom and democracy. When you hear the word genius, what comes to mind? A mad scientist in a lab coat, perhaps, or a lone inventor tinkering in a garage? Well, the truth is that genius can strike in the most unexpected places and times. Take, for example, the story of Alan Turing. He wasn't your typical genius. He wasn't famous for creating gadgets or inventing new technologies. Rather, his genius lay in his ability to think outside the box, to come up with creative solutions to seemingly impossible problems. During World War II, Turing and his team of codebreakers faced a daunting challenge. They needed to find a way to break the Enigma code, which was widely used by the German military to send secret messages. The problem was that the Enigma machine was incredibly complex. It could generate millions of possible code combinations every single day, making it virtually impossible to crack. But instead of giving up, Turing and his team got to work. They observed patterns in the German messages, analyzed the structure of the Enigma machine, and developed a new way to approach the problem. Their efforts paid off when they realized that the key to cracking the Enigma code lay in exploiting its seemingly random number generator. With this realization, Turing and his team were able to create a machine called the Bomba, which could mimic the Enigma's operations and test potential solutions at lightning speed. It was a brilliant move, and it changed everything. Suddenly, what had seemed like an impossible task was within reach. Turing and his team were able to decrypt German messages, providing the Allies with valuable intelligence that helped them win the war. In the end, it wasn't just Turing's intelligence that made him a genius, but his ability to see beyond the obvious, to think creatively, and come up with innovative solutions to seemingly impossible problems. So the next time you hear the word genius, remember that it doesn't always mean what you think it does. Sometimes it means finding beauty in unexpected places, and sometimes it means using your imagination to change the world. World War II was a time of great turmoil and uncertainty, but it was also a time of great innovation and ingenuity. It was during this time that some of the most brilliant minds came together to tackle some of the toughest challenges facing humanity. One of these challenges was the Enigma code, which was used by the German military to encrypt their communications. As the war raged on, it became clear that the Allies needed a way to decode these messages if they were going to stay one step ahead of the enemy. Enter Alan Turing, a brilliant mathematician who would lead the charge in cracking the Enigma code, along with his team of codebreakers. Turing worked tirelessly to find a way to break through the encryption and gain access to the secret messages. They faced countless obstacles and setbacks, but they never gave up. Through sheer determination and a willingness to think outside the box, They developed a machine called the Bomba that was capable of testing thousands of potential solutions in a matter of seconds. Eventually, their hard work paid off and they were able to decode the Enigma messages, giving the Allies a crucial advantage in the war. This was a monumental achievement that had far-reaching implications for the outcome of the conflict. But it was just one example of the many innovations that emerged during this time. From radar technology to jet engines, the Second World War saw a surge in technological advancements that would change the world forever. These innovations were the product of necessity, born out of the need to solve the complex problems posed by modern warfare. But they also reflected the human spirit of ingenuity and resilience in the face of adversity. Even today, we continue to benefit from the innovations that emerged during World War II, and we owe it to the brilliant minds who dared to dream of a better future, even in the darkest days of war. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a secret agent working on top-secret missions to save the world? What if I told you that this isn't just a fantasy, but a reality that existed during the Second World War? Meet Alan Turing, a brilliant mathematician who led a team of codebreakers at Bletchley Park in England. Their mission was to crack the infamous Enigma code used by the German military, which was widely believed to be unbreakable. Despite the odds, Turing and his team persevered and developed a machine called the Bomba that could crack the code in record time. Their success gave the Allies an invaluable advantage in the war, helping them to intercept and decode German messages and plan their own strategies accordingly. But it wasn't just about espionage and deception. It was also about the quiet courage of the people who worked at Bletchley Park. These individuals came from all walks of life, but they were united by their dedication to the mission and their commitment to the greater good. They worked tirelessly, often in secrecy, to make sure that the world was a safer place. And although their work was often overlooked and underappreciated during the war, their contributions would later be recognized as vital to the Allied victory. So if you've ever dreamed of being a secret agent or wondered what it takes to be a hero, remember that sometimes it's the quietest voices that make the loudest impact. If you found this video informative, please remember to like and share it so that others can learn about the fascinating work done by Alan Turing and his team at Bletchley Park. And if you want to learn more about the Second World War and other historical events, please subscribe to get notified when new videos are released. Thanks for watching.